You remember historically speaking?
Golden Age.
Golden Age, what about Golden Age?
I think he was from that era.
Yeah, definitely he was from that era. Which orchestra, Golden Age orchestra, did he become most famous with? Yeah. He played in Troilus group and he assisted him doing what? Yeah, composition. And how many notes did Troilo ultimately keep? Yeah, 50%. Okay. So again, he did form his own tango band. That's some trivia. You will probably never dance to a song by a traditional tango song arranged by Piazzolla, because it just starts okay and then gets way out there, and it's hard for tango dancers.
Very frustrated.
Yeah. Funny enough, his music that we've come to like as dancers, maybe all of 15 or 20 songs that are out there of his hundreds of songs that he's made, you find a way to dance to it. And this class was about that. Okay, what about tango? Tango itself, traditional tango, is composed of what? We talked about this. What kind of layers? What kind of ideas? It has melody, it has rhythm, but what about those?
Extremes.
Yes.
Very loud, very soft, very fast, very slow.
Yeah, very short, yeah, exactly. So many extremes in tango. As a musician, that's all you hear. Play it quieter, play it louder, play it shorter, play it longer. So constantly one extreme after another. That makes a really good tango song. Hopefully within some construction.
We have a friend who's a music director, and when he is rehearsing with the violins, he always has to tell them to play shorter, shorter, shorter. And apparently, violin players, they have a special technique for playing really short in tango. And it's not easy, so they get sometimes frustrated.
So Piazzolla did what with this extreme? Did he minimize it? Did he
maximize it?
He maximized it. He went the other direction. Okay, so chapter 1 was what? Yeah, and physically, meters, your technique, if you're walking around your partner, if you're trying to set yourself up so you can pivot them around, let's use clockwise and counterclockwise. You can visualize this. If we're trying to turn them counterclockwise, what's the trick to keep them going?
Step around.
Yeah, step around in that clockwise direction. Any way you want. The easiest is with an open sort of side step. But I could also go with a forward crossing step or back step. It's just much more stretchy for me. What about
and ladies, how are we going to try to make this really stretchy and really long? What are we thinking about in terms of our bodies?
Being wide and
yes.
Grounded.
Mm-hmm. So you can bend your knees and spiral. And what about our embrace? What tends to happen when we're getting more slow or being more stretchy? What tends to happen in our embrace or the
gets
joints?
more loose.
Yes, a little bit more softer. Start thinking floatiness. We can still be very grounded with our legs, but our upper bodies are being wide and up and down. So we're being stretched in four directions. And in order to do that, we need to release those joints and not carry tightness in them.
Yeah, this is a little foreshadow, by the way, for the weekend. We're going to do lots of follower-intensive technique where we really need to create longer, stretchy movements. Okay, maybe
more
not
elasticity.
not as extreme as Piazzolla, but pretty close. Okay, so that's what you have in store if you do more classes with us. And leaders will learn how to enable that.
Not restrict that.
Chapter 2.
Rhythm.
What kind of rhythm?
Milonga.
What city?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Now, dancers, you can say San Francisco, especially if it's really so, San Francisco. Dancers usually hear it how?
Frisco San.
Francisco San. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, bum. In Piazzolla, it's so slow you can actually step on every one of those syllables. San Francisco. And that's what we had you do to several songs. What's an aptly named song that is really slow and has a milonga rhythm? What would the first word be, possibly?
Milonga.
Yeah, Milonga Tres, Milonga del Angel, and some other milongas. Oblivion also is slow. It's not called Milonga anything, Oblivion, but again, in general, if it's a piazzolla and it's really slow, listen, you'll probably hear San Francisco. From what person?
Bass.
Good. Yeah, the bass player usually. Right.
So what does this have to do with our dancing? So if we have a 6-minute or a 5-minute piazzolla song playing, are we going to dance slow all 6 minutes? No, you have options, especially if you hear the underlying milonga rhythm. So not to tax yourselves or not to get bored, change it up. Because you actually have choices. You either dance to the melody, which is very, very stretchy, or the underlying rhythm. And because it's extremes, for both extremes, you really create a very nice contrast in the quality of your movement. Yeah.
We're actually going to do right now about a 1.5-minute demo to seal the deal on chapters 1 and 2, because we're going to blend chapters 1 and 2, right? We're going to do Oblivion, maybe the last 1.5 minutes. Chapter 3 was what? We had a little bit of a controversy. I'll explain it later. But it's only 3 of the San Francisco syllables.
San Francisco.
Yeah. San Francisco. San Francisco. San Francisco. If you're a musician, it's called 3-3-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you listening, piano player? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bum, dum, 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 dum. San Francisco. San Francisco. San Francisco. Right. For those of us who aren't musicians and we're intuitively based, how do we dance that?
Longer.
Yeah.
Set it yourself. Okay. Maybe we don't need to do a demo on that one.
Yeah, we just did, man.
Yeah, okay. If you can imagine, you can combine chapter 1 and chapter 3, especially in Libre Tango, which is one of tango dancers' favorite songs, and you can switch. Sometimes at the same moment, there's dum, 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 and wah, like really slow, stretchy melody, chapter 1 stuff, and you can choose as a leader, maybe even as a follower, what to kind of accent. Now, having said that, chapter 4 is piazzolla and beyond, so it's stuff beyond piazzolla. The main point is, if you hear a song you're not familiar with, listen, because usually there's an undercurrent of a rhythm that will help you. Okay, it's kind of like chapter 2. Maybe it could be milonga rhythm, could be something else, but it's there if you listen carefully. And also you might have to use the extreme idea, where you might have to go really, really slow, or maybe speed it up, and we usually don't go faster than milonga movements. Okay, if we had more time to get into it, we could even give you examples of some alternative things we like to dance to besides piazzolla. And that just about sums it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.